Welcome back to Zion Creek Farm, where we mess around with goats, chickens, rabbits, used to be pigs, and whatever else we get into. I am Sean, and this is the worst intro ever. Cut that off. Anyway, messing around with soap today. This is one of my favorites. It is our Oceanside soap. It is what we always call our clean, fresh soap. A lot of people, when they actually pick it up at shows, say the same thing. I wanted to get this one in this year so you could start thinking about the ocean since the cold is coming, thinking about the beach. We only have 9 shows left this year. Because of that, we are starting to wind down soap production. We're also going to wind down milking the girls. So we're going to start drying the girls off. We'll go through that process in another video. Because we're winding down and because it is breeding season and we don't like to push the girls through breeding season while milking them. We don't want their bodies focused on making milk instead of making babies. So we stockpile all summer. I have the freezer full in the garage. Right now, the earliest show we have next year is March 5th. And our last show this year is December 18th. So today, Oceanside. I love the design. I think it's really cool. I do believe somebody has quasi knocked off my design. All I know is I posted my soaps on a specific website. There was a competition for soap designs. A few months later, I started seeing another person posting that looked exactly like my soap. And so that's fine because I don't know that I didn't knock off this soap. I mean, I made it up in my brain, but that doesn't mean I didn't see it somewhere. It is what it is. Imitation is the highest form of flattery, or whatever people say. We know what we put in ours. We have a good product. People love it. So it is all good. So we'll make today, and then tomorrow we'll come back and cut it so you can see the design. And then I'll show you a few, because that's one we make year round. It has really grown in popularity and has been selling like wildfire. And I'll show you some of our previous soaps tomorrow as we cut this batch. So always come back for that. All right, so the lineup for the new peeps: olive oil, coconut oil, goat milk, and lye, sodium lactate, which is a plant salt for a hardener. This particular bar of soap will be titanium dioxide, which is white. And then we have, actually, I don't know if the camera will pick this up very well or not. We have 2 different blues that we're gonna use, a light blue and a dark blue. And on top of that, I'm gonna go ahead and lighten this up as well. Can't necessarily find a blue light enough. When this cures, it comes out really close to this one. So ice bath, because we do cold processed soap. We're gonna be using the green clover and aloe from Nature's Garden. It's fantastic. I will read off what it smells like so I don't mess it up. It is stated as a fresh green fragrance of summer herbs with a floral fruity combination of fresh citrus, jasmine petals on a woodsy sweet musk background. It smells really good. That's what that says. All right, y'all, we'll get all this out of the way. So we're gonna do our first layer down, thin layer like that. That's gonna be our beach. And then we are going to do a blue, white, and light blue in pot / drop pearl / layer pour. Call it whatever you want. You will see what I'm talking about. This time I got the right amount of lye for the bottom of the bar and not for the whole batch. Go back and watch our O Snaps video from our Christmas soap. You'll see what I'm talking about, which will be on the Etsy site before this video is posted. So if you're watching this now and you didn't know that, go to the Etsy site. You can check out well, first go watch the video and then go to the Etsy site and buy the soap. Pants over here just coming out up in my business, messing up my video. The lovely H has her binoculars and she's trying to peek over at the goat yard to see if any of the girls are over there trolling the boys because it's breeding season. Hilarious. She can kind of see from her desk, but she can't fully see. So now she's got the binoculars and she just headed out the back door. This is a tiny, tiny batch of soap, and therefore requires tiny amounts of ingredients. That is going to be yep, that's what I thought it was. Yep, I'm just gonna fast forward past this whole process for you guys about like this. All right, y'all, everything's melted together. So we're gonna put the coconut oil, olive oil combo into the lye goat milk combo. It's much easier to scrape olive oil out of these than it is to scrape the lye milk solution out of anything. I forgot about the sand. The color is technically praline. I don't know what the technical name of the blue colors is, so just don't ask. Just don't ask. Real technical there. Fragrance oil. Some of them you can put in before you mix your color together and it doesn't really matter. This oil's kind of nice. I know I usually talk about that. Don't get me wrong, it does thicken up, but it's not as bad as like the eucalyptus or pear. Usually I can just spoon whip it to a nice consistency. Always weigh, just so you're sure of exactly what you have in your container. And we generally do these pretty flat in here, and you'll see that when I show you tomorrow when we cut it. You'll see how flat it generally is. But I'm okay if it's a little lumpy and bumpy. I know beaches are flat. I don't have to weigh this, but I'm just interested. Been watching my numbers a little better. With some of our designs, it's much more important to make sure that I only used half of that. So this one doesn't matter if I'm just a tad underweight or overweight. So there's your sand. But as a whole batch, this one would just get a little bit more of the blue, white, blue mix. That one would get a little less. It's a beach. It doesn't have to be perfect. Pretty close, but not perfect. That oil is a little faster than I'm giving it credit for. That thickened up pretty quickly. So we'll be careful when we move into the blue and white, so we don't have an issue because of the way we're gonna pour this. Moving on to the big batch. I'm only gonna leave this in because people like it. The rest of this I'm cutting. I'll see you back here when I get everything melted. All right guys, so everything's melted up here. This part is gonna kind of go a little fast and furious, because I was saying earlier, this oil it's not hard to work with. It does speed up. I don't know what I was thinking. This will speed up, but I like it. So maybe that's kind of where I am. And I will show you tomorrow when we cut the soap why I like it to speed up a little bit, and why it's okay if it's a little chunky, a little too much pudding, or if it's smooth, buttery, small ripples, as you can imagine the waves in the water. So this is gonna get serious, but not too serious. With this oil for this soap, I'm only working at 85 degrees, so it doesn't get crazy on me too fast. Low and slow. I can't do math. Yep, did that wrong. Dark blue. It's kind of irrelevant, dark blue, light blue. The only difference is the white. And normally I would have weighed this and then divided by my numbers to get the quantities I wanted. This soap is pretty easy. I say that's dark blue, that's light blue, and then whatever's left is white. It will be more probably than I wanted, but it's okay. It might be like plus 1 ounce or something, and that's okay. Okay. Set these up correctly. So the color on these is calling for 1.875 teaspoons, but I'm not gonna like that. Now you might think, why put this in there and then add white? Why not just put less of this in there? I've tried that, and what happens is it actually doesn't pull the full blue through. It looks very muted, very pale. It's not a good look. And you guys can probably see how close those actually are to each other. I think in the future, we're just gonna go ahead and just use the one dark color and then just lighten that up. There's no point in buying 2 colors. I'll go with that and see how that turns out. In most cases, you can start on your light color. Start with white, and then you can just move across the board, especially in this scenario, but I also do it with citrus. I'm gonna try to just spoon whip this in there, but I know if I do that, it's gonna end up a little ricey. If it starts ricing up, I would just hit it with the blender. Yeah, it's ricing up. You can see the little chunks. So less talky, more movie, but just a little bit. Never really had a problem with ricing. It works its way out in the soap. I suppose if it was big, nasty chunks, then it might be an issue. All right, this is the cool part. And remember, again, make sure you're pouring in the side because you're gonna be pouring out the front and you want your colors all to mingle as they go out. We have way less white, so we're gonna barely drop that in there. I'll lead with dark blue. See, that's starting to get thick already. Just gonna go ahead and full send this. Just what I don't want is I don't want it to get muddled in there. Is that a word? I don't want the white and blue to cross over too much and get smeared together. Okay, so this is what I mean. You want to pour in the side because you're pouring out the front and you want all your colors to come out together. Even if they're a little chunky. That's pretty full, but if I run out, I want to have a little bit of evenness. Okay, that should be good right there. And that actually poured quite nicely. We also do our little texture on the top of this. I just go back and forth. You can see those colors start to kind of sway together there. So do that. See if I can get really close. So you can see that those swirls right there have shifted. It's just a cool pattern that I like. I don't know if I want to say herringbone necessarily, but it's kind of cool and swirly like that. Ta-da! So that's making the soap. We'll come back tomorrow, we'll cut the soap. What is up, guys? It has been almost 24 hours. Welcome back. We're gonna cut the Oceanside soap. If y'all ever wonder what I'm doing when I'm not doing this, yesterday was breeding a goat. I posted a video, then wrapping all this stuff. Then we went and filled all of these boxes with that soap. And today was basically steaming this soap. And then wrapping some orders. So I thought I'd pull you guys into that a little bit because that's what I do. Now, these little rolls are left over. I buy rolls of paper like this, cut them down on the table saw to this, cut those down to this, print out our soap wraps like this, and wrap the soap like that. This is leftover due to the number of cuts I get out of a roll. I've tried it all different ways. I'm actually gonna start using those just as packing material, then I'm not wasting it. I'm gonna get this soap unmolded and cut so I can get out of your face and you guys can enjoy the rest of your day. Now this soap generally unmolds quite nicely. Of course it's not going to today because I said that. It's gonna be a little sticky. I've never had an issue with this brown knot sitting up on this. Of course, because I said it on the video. Whatever. And let's cut this beauty. So that's Oceanside. It's a little muddier than I wanted it to be. So the Oceanside. Chop this guy. Ooh, I like this one better. That's just me. I like these ones with more whitewash, if you will. That's really pretty. When I was talking about yesterday, how it's okay if this soap is a little thicker or thinner sometimes. So to me, this is a little thinner. This was definitely thinner. Not enough white in that area where I wanted it. So that was a little thinner pour. This pour, you can tell, got chunky. Like the blues were kind of holding together. This particular pour is, I think, somewhere in between those. But I love this one and I really love that one. And then this is the same thing. For some reason, all my light blue ended up here and my dark blue ended up there, mixed up with white. But I mean, it's pretty cool. At least I think it is. I enjoy it. This one is one of my favorite batches I've ever made because that is gorgeous. Thanks for watching. That is Oceanside. It's always up on the Etsy site, or you can pick it up at a show. Don't forget to click all the buttons, like, subscribe, thumbs up, tell a friend, tell a neighbor, tell a stranger. I'm gonna get this all put away, take some packages to the post office, and you guys have a good day. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Have fun, do something fun. Bye.